Good morning, or actually evening, but I'm still nursing my coffee. Let me just give you a show. There, all day. I've been on one. So, I've been thinking for a couple of days about what to talk about right now. Because when you go off to a conference for a week and then get sick for a couple of days when you get back home, which, by the way, I got sick for a couple of days when I got back home. As best as I can tell, it was a head cold because I tested for COVID. It wasn't COVID. It was really definitely sinusy, headachy. I had like an earache this morning, so head cold for sure, not the big evil. But so I came home and I was behind. I've been packing orders for the past couple of days. Then yesterday we had a trauma at the house because it was supposed to get hooked up to the electricity, and although we confirmed that with the power company, there was some miscommunication either between us and the power company or between the power company and the power company. Because at one point we were expecting to have our tree, which is on our property, but is a special case because it's 100 years old and big and has already been stressed because of the driveway project. It needs to be pruned for a new electrical line. Now, I already had an arborist tell me, don't touch this tree for 2 years. That's not an option. And the power company said they were going to come and do a minimally invasive prune to get just enough to get the wire through. This was after we told them, it was a historic tree and there were conditions and concerns and blah, blah, blah. Well, they just didn't show up. They didn't come because the power line guy said, hey, there's no pruning. And the pruning guy said, hey, we're not going to do it. Although nobody bothered to tell us that. So now I'm trying to find an arborist, the arborist that already told me he wouldn't prune it for 2 years, to come out and minimally prune the tree. So that was drama today, and we had to go out to the house and discuss it with the contractor and look at the progress made to date. And I did a bit of cleaning, and the contractor's helper guy did a bit of cleaning, and they did some electricity, and David made sure the cabinets were done. All that, yes, and yes, a video is coming. We have floors and a little bit of tile, but there's still nothing pretty yet, which is so disheartening, but I'm trying to be patient. Anyway, yes, I'm behind, and what do you do when you're behind? Well, you start a new project because that is what I've done. In fact, I've started 2 new projects. One of them, no, I've started 3 new projects. I did finish the super secret orange project. I have started another super secret pink project that I cannot even show you in a pile because it's going to a different store. But just look for the name Tina as the pattern designer. You'll find it. You'll have to look at the slow yarn crawl stores and find where this pink project is going. Pink crochet project. For the Seattle yarn crawl, or I think it's the Pacific Northwest yarn crawl. It's a fast crawl. I've been asked to donate. Kokomo Yarns has been asked to donate because we wholesale yarn too. To donate cotton, and they wanted me to produce a couple of washcloth patterns. So I've just done my 2 favorite. I love a good seed stitch, so that's what this one is. And then this one is a modified waffle that I like to do. And so I produced both these washcloths last night out of baby blanket blue. And then I was talking to Kelli today. Oh, and then there's this project that I am now pushing 3 weeks behind. I'm definitely 2 weeks behind on the flowers, the temperature flowers. So yes, I'm going to have to catch up on that. I was going to catch up on that today, but instead, Kelli and I got to talking about the political situation in the Ukraine. And I try to stay semi-neutral in these things, but this one's a tough one, right? In fact, all of us have been avoiding the news lately just because I wasn't sure my mental status could take it. However, last night I started dipping my foot in by watching the TV news comedians, because that's the best way for me to take my news most of the time when it's bad. And on that, they showed the granny. I'm a proud granny here. The granny who walked up to the Russian soldier and offered him sunflower seeds and told him that, and this is not nice, but it's appropriate and I think gutsy, given that she was being invaded, told him to put the sunflower seeds in his pocket so that when he was dead in Ukraine, that he would grow sunflowers. So Kelli and I today had a chat, and she's working on a few patterns, and I'm working on a few patterns because we want to help in any way. And what do creative types do when they want to help? Well, they create. And so Kelli and I are in the midst of a creation. I'm going to give you a little view of my work desk that I've piled up with the supplies so you can get an idea of what's going on. We got these brooches, these brooch pins in, these brooch, oop, can't keep it together. These little brooch frames in from Japan. So they make a brooch, a big brooch. And so I'm doing some creative embroidery ideas. I'll give you I'll just show you my sketches a little bit. I'm gonna pick it up. Actually, no, I'm gonna flip it over. So there are a few of my sketches. I'm working on that one right now. I think these two are going to make, ooh, and they look better on the screen than they do with my eyeballs. So, and then these two, I'm thinking about a button for the center. So this is my creative process right now. I've started to embroider one of them just because this was an easy starting spot because I wanted to work on the seeds. So we have the sunflower seeds, and then I'm doing the Ukrainian flag colors on the two sides and then yellow on the bottom. But, and then I, printed out some inspirational sunflower pictures and looked at seeds and hand sketched these. But that's been my day, is to start thinking about this. Something I should be doing, not. But when the mood strikes, right? And you have to do what you feel is important. So I am going to go for it. And Kelli and I are discussing how best to take any proceeds that are earned from this and get it to the Ukraine. So while we design and while we work that process out, I'm going to put this, I'll pause this, but that's coming. So keep an eye out for that if we can figure out at all how we can do this. I know the Red Cross is usually a way to do that, but we're going to look. And if any of you guys have any ideas in the comments, but yes, at this point, either there will be just a full out donation for purchase of the patterns. So that's full out. I think we can afford a bigger donation if you buy a brooch kit. And Kelli's working on a needle lace version and a tatted lace version that I think would also look great on the brooch, as a brooch. So yeah, that's what's happening today as I interrupt the workload that I have in the background. So as soon as I make some progress on this, I'm going to pause and get back to the work that I should be doing, not the work that I want to do. But that's the way it is. Tomorrow I have a dentist appointment. Joy. I haven't had a dentist appointment in about a year. And then the day after that, I have an allergist appointment. So, yeah, it's all on this week. Make up for a week of not rest. It was fun, though. We had a really good time at the conference, a really, really good time. And if you haven't seen my video of the conference, do so. And if you haven't seen Kelli's video of the conference, do so. Because it's cool. We did exactly the same things, but we videoed in a very different style. And I kind of think they're both cool. So I got to learn how Kelli does that voiceover thing because it was super darned impressive. I will put a link in the discussion below, if not in the video itself. I'm getting to figure out this video stuff. Anyway, that's all for me today. It's going to be a little bit of a shorty, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's going to be a shorty. 10 minutes. I'm keeping it to 10. Anyway, definitely comment. Subscribe to the video if you want to keep up with this progress. Please, please, please comment your ideas as to how we can help you the Ukraine is in the only way we can. I mean, really. I saw one of my friends suggest we go buy download digitals from the Ukraine. Hopefully that will work. I'm not sure how banking's going to work for them or how they're going to get to their money, but hopefully they can, and hopefully they're not all having to hunker down in the subway system too long. But ideas, I need them. Anybody that has any ways that we can get money from our little creative endeavors to the Ukraine. If not now, definitely they're going to need it eventually. All right. I'll see ya. Ring the bell, make a comment, let me know. Bye.